Hello everyone, Akinoff here, and we're playing Tales of Phantasia. Last time we beat a very annoying dick. Demetil, or however his name is pronounced. And we got kicked out of his castle before we could take that treasure that we could obviously see. So let's talk to this guy. And let's go to the isolated island of the West again. So this is going to cost you 1600 gold again, but the things you can get for it are better than the 1600 gold. You can get a better weapon for Crest doing this, and some other stuff. Right, so what we want to do is do I have holy bottles? I should have a bunch of holy bottles. Yeah, I'm going to throw up a holy bottle just so that we don't get into many fights. I don't think we're actually going to get into any fights out in the open, but once we go down here, their enemies will appear. I didn't say we won't get into any fights, but it'll reduce the number of fights we get into. And you see how effective having two mages is? Just so you know, they're going to slow down your combat a lot though. I should be able to run before anything's cast, yep. Okay, this is the thing that we saw, and it's just cabbage, so it's like, oh, that's not worth anything. But then there's this, which is a halberd. And this, which is an enemy encounter, which we don't have a choice about, really. Oh, come on, claws. Casting on the wrong enemy. Ice arrows and Sylph both going on the same enemy. But Sword Rain's what finishes it off. How much? Free. And we get a question mark book, which I don't know what it is. And we don't have the money to do much about it. I will see you in a bit back on the mainland. Actually, no, yeah. Right, back from that cut. There is something that I want to do. I want to use a ruin bottle. Actually, I'm going to sort everything by type. And then I'll use a ruin bottle. My last ruin bottle for the time being. I'll be able to get others later. Lots of other ruin bottles later. Now, where's what I want to use it on? We've got 3 books. I want to use it. Oh no, I don't know which one I actually want to use it on. I wanted. Hopefully this one. Yeah, that's what I wanted. The Lava's Lava. That is a piece of equipment for claws. One of the books of magic. Some of its pages are written in blood. Lavor Eons. It's a dark. It's got dark attribute. And that's that. We're back at port. I kind of wish we had more money. Well, the reason I wish we had more money is something rather silly. Do we have any flare bottles? That's actually kind of important for what's coming up. Flare bottles, flare bottles. Those will be up top. We have 2 flare bottles. That, that'll do the trick. I'm gonna do some more cooking. I'm gonna cook some sushi with Chris. I'm gonna check if he's... No, he hasn't got to an upper star yet. That's something I've been working on, getting his cooking up. Anyway, actually there's another thing I wanted to check. Titles for Archie. Yeah, Archie only has magic user. So yeah, okay. We want to go talk to this guy. Yes. Oh yeah? Really now? You say you're a captain of a ship. I'm sure you... And now that we have Archie, shamelessly flirting and trying to get them to do what you want. Yep. Shameless. Yeah. Archie gained the title Negotiator, which is one of her many fun titles from her many fun sort of adventures. 800 gold, that's cheaper than the other one. Taking ships from here to there is going to be fairly common. Yep. Nice trip on a boat. As long as we don't get hit by a storm or anything, we should be fine. And of course, Claus is being a douche as usual. So he's asking, which one do we like? Well, based on Chris, I'd say obviously he's after Mint. What are you talking about? She's just my assistant. Oh, really? Oh, this is a... I love the scenes like this in this game because it's just funny. Nothing to do with them. And we get interrupted by this guy. Maybe. The name's Mia. The Wandering Swordsman. No. No? Whew. Sounds like fun. Right. Yeah, I heard of it. So, that's what we're trying to do, isn't it? Because apparently there's a powerful spirit in there that will help us. I mean, it's not the most powerful spirit because I know what that is. Actually, I can't even remember what that is because I know it's not the one that the game is like, hey, this is the most powerful spirit. No, it's something else that's the most powerful. Then again, there's a bunch of things that don't work on enemies because of their element. Anyway, let's go in here. Yes, where should we sit? Okay, let's join him. Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. Oh yeah? Oh, you can eat special. Sounds great. I can't tell what Claus is doing in that animation. An hour later and they're still at it. Chris, being the most sane person in this party, or sort of, is very confused. Two hours later, Archie has fallen asleep. Or sort of. She's overeaten, and the other two are still at it. 3 hours later, Chris and Mint have left, and these two are still at it. Oh, and they're telling tales, you know. Suddenly it gets a little serious. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And now she screams, "Oh dear! Stop, Chris. We shouldn't." It's so funny. It's just like, I wonder what other interpretations you can have other than the obvious of what of all the lines she's gonna say in this sequence, because she says a fair bit of fairly obvious statements about what it's meant to be. Oh yeah, he's saying information. Over at the Adventurers Guild, information. Okay. Already under the control of Daos for the most part. Okay, that sucks. We're trying to kill Daos, so that's kind of helpful information. Okay. Okay. More minions to kill. You know, that's the thing about getting to the boss. He generally has his minions guard him, even if he's really powerful. Stop. We really shouldn't. Chris. You know, this could actually be about something that is entirely not erotic. Yep. We should call it a night, yeah. He walks off. Archie, you catch a code. Chris, you dummy. What the heck is she dreaming about? Well, it could be that she has a crush on Chris, or that she's dreaming of Chris causing her a nightmare of a situation. Yeah. And everyone goes to sleep. But that's okay. And Archie doesn't look too good. Oh man. Is something wrong? Okay, something's wrong. What's going on? Okay, that sounds bad. And Claw's just collapsed. Okay, so if I talk to him, he thinks he's going to be sick. Oh, aching belly. If we talk to Archie, Archie under attack, get up. No can do. I have an upset stomach. I think I have the flu. This is bad. Archie gained a new title. I'll be able to show that off once we have her back in the party. And Mint. Wake up, I feel awful. It's like I'm seasick or something. Oh man. Gonna save here in case I stuff this fight up, because I very well could. It's not exactly the easiest fight in the world. I generally have to use items to stay alive in it. 10% chance of nullifying physical damage. That will actually be handy in this fight. An hourglass could be useful. What does syrup bottles do? Protect against physical ailments but reduce attack. That's ailments, that's not going to help. Temporarily, this is what's going to be a big help in this, 30% extra attack. And we're going to be using a fair few apple gels in this fight that's coming up. Right, so we want to go out this way if we want to do this. What do you have to say? You're still saying welcome? We're in the middle of some crisis here. And yeah. And we have to fight him. First thing we're gonna do. Demon Fang followed by a flare bottle. Damn, Mr. Lightning Tiger Thrust. That time we hit it. We're gonna need to cure ourselves up. Apple gel. This fight can be quite a pain in the ass. You take a fair bit of damage quite easily. And we want to know what exactly his stats are is one thing. He has 2400 HP total with about half that. God damn it, I hate... It's really quite a pain in the ass, because normally when you're tanking something you can at the very least protect yourself a little bit with oh well, that wasn't that hard, but at least you can normally have you're tanking for Mint so that she can heal you. That without Mint, playing just Cress is hard as hell. And we killed him. By the looks of it. He was possessed by a demon, one of Deus's minions no doubt, yep. Yeah, he's dead. Yep. And if that's any indication, upcoming fights are gonna get hard. Doesn't help that I haven't upgraded our armor recently. Because of how expensive it is. Yep. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have plans after we go to the inn. But first, let's look around the city a bit. He's asking for a world tour, please take him on a tour. Well, the world's a dangerous place. Best, you can never be too careful. Wait, where does this ship go? I should check. Ah, this is... So you can get back to the other continent easily this way, but it's a one-way trip. Okay. Okay. That other guy's no doubt talking about how he wants him to import rice. And we get lavender here, which is nice. It'd be nice with a ruin bottle. Anyway, we want to go into town. This is the city of Elvanastia, or however you actually pronounce it. Okay. Right. So the king accepts elves and magic very readily. Okay. Here's a house by the looks of it. Okay. Right, well that's nice. That's just a way out of town if I recall correctly. In here we have a family doing stuff. Okay. They're playing games, make believe, yep, that's so cool. Okay. Content housewife. Okay, that's a good dream. Here we have... Is this the grocer? No, this is, the poison lily, which is the apothecary, which sells this sort of stuff. We can buy ruin bottles here, which are really expensive. We could afford 4, but hell, it's expensive. Do I have anything that I want to sell in particular? I mean, maybe the elixirs, because I have that problem with 30% discount. I was just thinking about how much cheaper that would make a certain item that I want, and I was like, it would make it cheaper, but not enough to make it worthwhile. Oh yeah, they also sell wait, they sell lavender? They sell a single lavender. Right. Oh no, that's my lavender. Sorry, I got confused. I thought I was still in the their menu. Downstairs is the Adventurers Guild, I believe. This is a locked door. Up here we have the inn. And this is the grocer, pig out. And we can learn, I think this is spaghetti? Yeah, we can now make spaghetti. Generated by magical photosynthesis, that's one fairy anyway. Tomato, pork, and pasta? We don't have tomato, pork, and pasta, so let's make some more sushi. Yep, that gives Chris 1 star at making sushi. Only sushi. So if you actually want your characters to actually be good at cooking, it really takes quite a bit of effort. And once we're at the point where we make a lot of money and can get ingredients easily, I'll do that later. I think I'll probably do a lot of stuff before I... there's a certain place where I'll be going at some point that will make a lot of things hard. Here's the armor and weapon shop. Then there should be one other shop. Not that. I'm not concerned about the armor and weapon shops right now. It's the tool shop over there. This tool shop has some amazing stuff. Not to mention a couple that looks very familiar. If we go to buy, doesn't say how much it increases it by. This is all very nice stuff. Rabbit's foot, mist orb, warrior's symbol, which is quite nice. Increases strength by 10%. That would be very good on Cress, in particular. But here's some of the kickers. The Holy Symbol and the Mystic Symbol that you can buy here. The Holy Symbol restores 5% of your max HP at a fixed rate. So that's an auto heal item. Very powerful on someone like Cress. But it's 100,000 gold. We have 14,000. I could spend 3,500 gold, get a Ruin Bottle, use it on a Charm Bottle, then I could reduce the price to 50,000 gold. So effectively, with some grinding, I could get this. And with some, I mean a lot of grinding, I could get this. But I don't want to do that. Unless I can find a way to make that 50,000 gold quickly and cheaply, it's not worthwhile. But what do we have here? Could it be Alwyn and Nancy? It is! They really did elope. Okay, that's great. Okay. Yeah, sounds it. Yep, that would cost me too much money to go back and tell them anyway. We talked. He says don't tell my dad, okay. Are they still there if you go out and in again? Yeah, they're still there. Down here is just a house. About time that they left this town. That's pretty normal. Yeah, well it could, for all you know. And that's that place. I don't think we can get in here. There's a dog here. Let's check out the weapon and armor shop. At the armor shop, called Lime, we can get much better armor for Cress. Silver cloaks for all of them at 2,500 a piece. A light shield, straw hats, gauntlets, and a kitchen mitt for thing, but I don't have the money for that, to be honest. I don't have the money for all of that, but we're gonna need to do some armor upgrade at some point, because you saw how much damage I was taking on that in that fight. Well, upcoming fights, we'll die if we don't do everything right. I'd have to be absolutely perfect with timing moves. We can get some weapons that are better at certain things. And we can get Mint a better weapon. And that's about it in the armor and weapon shop. Over here's a house with a bush baby. Doesn't seem too fond of us. Here's a little side quest that you can do, but we're gonna not do that right away because I need to remember how to trick it. And now we're out. We're gonna take a little walk around here. Right, it's... If I go, item... And I want to find the world map. There's a lot for us to explore, to be honest. We can go a lot of places and explore a lot of things. We could continue with the story, but we may not want to. Anyway, we've made it to Alvanista, that's it. Or at least I think that's how it's pronounced. And we are gonna end off here. My name's been Akinov. hope you've had a good time, and good night, or something like that anyway. Next time, depending on what I find during my looking ahead, we may do this, that, or the other. And I don't know if I showed this off, but Archie. Yeah, Delicate Flower was the title that she gained. A young lady who has an unusual feminine side. And no one else gained anything else. So, see you then.